Greetings and welcome back to a new video on this rainy, thundery night. So tonight what we have here is we have a 35,001 PS2. And I bought this on eBay. So this is a fixing eBay junk video. And what the listing said was that it was having difficulty reading some discs. So I did get this in and I have tested it already and I have confirmed that it reads DVD games but not CD games. And that is an extremely common issue with these. So that immediately led me to believe that it's a faulty laser. And what I have here, I went into my pile. I did have some lasers sitting around. I believe this one is brand new because I did order a brand new laser a while back for another repair. And I'm just judging by the fact that it's still in the bag, that this thing is brand new. And it was sitting with other lasers that were not in the bag, and I am pretty sure that those are dead. I clearly am very organized. So, yeah, without further ado, let's crack this thing open, get into the disk drive, and swap these out. Man, it is definitely storming up something fierce out there. Alright, so first things first, we gotta take off all these feet. I can usually get these off with my fingernail. That was a big one. Not sure if any of that came up on camera. Definitely chose a great night to be shooting video. When you open up a Fat PS2, you're going to want to pay attention to where the longer screws go. Back when I opened my first one, I used to just mark it with like a piece of white, like a little bit of white out. Oh, there's a screw missing there. Okay. So that's a screw we're going to have to replace. But yeah, you can even mark it with just a piece of tape. That's actually a better idea. I was in high school when I did that, so. Yeah, I also forgot to mention too, somebody else has been in here. Probably trying to fix it themselves, which usually scares the hell out of me. And a lot of times it's usually somebody that's opening it for like the first time, like their first time trying to ever open a piece of electronic equipment. And I've opened things up before where there were some real catastrophic things wrong with it from somebody else. Basically gonna lift it from the back forward like so, and then just kind of flip it over. But you're just gonna wanna be careful of this ribbon cable here. Alright, looks like all the screws for the disk drive are here. Oh, and it's also gonna be taped to the top. This one clearly is not because it's been opened before. Alright, so we gotta switch screwdrivers. Is it Phillips 00? Yeah, good enough. How much would it suck if the power went out right now? With my luck, it's going to be right when I'm ready to test. Should just come up now. Ah, you know what I did forget? I have to take this out. I swear I've done this before. Alright, so we gotta power it up and just open this. We have to open the disk drive. Clearly the disk drive needs attention too. Yeah, so this thing's gonna end up being a total teardown. But I mean, otherwise it actually doesn't look too bad, so it should be pretty easy to do. We have to remove this screw on this rail. You don't have to remove the other one. Kind of lift it up. Now, slide the rail out. Flip it over. And there's 2 tabs here. And let me bring you all in and I'll show you how to do that. So just take these 2 tabs and just gently press down. And slide out the ribbon cable. So there are a couple things about new lasers that I do need to point out. Now, when you get a new laser for these, it does come with a solder glob. I think it's like right in this general area. You will need a soldering iron to remove it. And the other thing that the new lasers do not come with is this plastic piece here, or it could be metal even on yours. It really depends on the model. So you have to transfer this over to the new laser. So you would remove this screw and then move it over to the new laser. Now the other thing that is often overlooked, and which is why the laser doesn't work for a lot of people, is on this side that goes into the left hand side rail, there is a torque screw. And what that does is it kind of stabilizes the laser from moving up and down while it's moving. And if you're having discrete errors too, when you put in a new laser, you can adjust this a little bit because it does increase resistance and things like that on the rail. So you do want to try and get it at the exact same height if possible on the new laser, but generally you're gonna have to move that screw over as well. I do not believe I've ever gotten one that came with this screw. So that's something, again, that's overlooked. And if you don't replace this screw, you may end up getting a discrete error again. So just things to keep in mind. This is actually funny, I just noticed this. So I was also about to mention a quick fix that you could do if you really just want to play a game and it's not reading. This is the laser height adjustment wheel here, or gear. So what you do is you basically move this a couple turns and test the game, and if it's still discrete errors, you move it a couple more turns clockwise. And it's a quick fix and it does work, but it's a temporary fix at best. That's why I usually just tell people to replace the laser, because you're talking about 15 bucks as opposed to going through all that. But what I did notice on this is I think I know exactly why this person was in here. I mean, obviously they had the discrete error, so it looks like they marked where this gear originally was, which is what all the guides online will tell you, because there's a black mark here, and that doesn't come like that out of the factory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move it back into its original position. And so then this way the laser is at the factory height, and see if that works. If not, we can fiddle around with that again and go from there. So, all right, let's get this laser back in. The first thing I like to do is plug it back in, make sure it's open. Just gonna slide it in. And press those tabs in. There we go. Then you're gonna line it up with the part of the laser with the screw. This kind of goes right in there. Take the rail. Line it up into the notch. Now we just have to put that screw back where it was. And you don't have to worry about wear on the rail you put the laser on. It's It's gonna reset itself once the console goes on. Alright, let's see if this worked. Alright, a little tip for you here. You can pop this out, put it directly on the disc so you see what's going on. Just make sure you have the right side down. Alright, first one we're gonna try is a DVD game. This disc is a little gross. Looks like I sneezed on it. Alright, reads one format of discs. Alright, now we got a blue back disc. Also looks disgusting. Yeah, good enough. There it goes. I put the exact same laser in my PS2 and it does the exact same thing. It takes a hot minute for it to work. Let's give it another try. Just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Might as well just test to make sure it's not skipping or anything. That's a blast from the past.
Extraordinary abilities. You have been chosen to take part in the world race.
Seems to be working pretty good. This game actually looks kind of fun. You know what, just for the heck of it, I want to try a PS1 game. Got this copy of 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue. It was actually in the other PS2 that I got with this one. Because that disk drive was completely effed. Alright, sweet. Reads PS1 games too. Very good, very good. Alright, so I think that'll do it for this repair. Pretty simple to do. Like I said, I usually, when people have disc read errors, I usually just recommend just replace the laser. It's like 15 bucks on Amazon. They work, and I've never had much of an issue with them. So, again, that's my opinion on it. If you want to tinker around, by all means, go ahead and do it. Now I do still have some more stuff to do on this, but I am going to be doing that on my own off camera because I do have another PS2 in worse shape than this that I will be recording and uploading. And that's got the same issue and more issues, so that'll be a lot of fun to do. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And thank you again for watching, and remember, fix it, don't ditch it. Have a good one.